Hey guys, Michael from Karate Breakdown, trying to bring back practical karate. So we had a visitor the other day, a fan from the channel, wanted to get some training in. So this is really just off the cuff. I asked him about Naihanchi and we're just breaking it down with some applications. Hopefully you could see my teaching methodology and kind of an insight in how we break down kata for combative purposes. Yeah, so let's kind of spitball this Naihanchi Sanda thing. So show me your intro to that. We won't spend too much time on this. It's fine. So let's even talk about that one up, one down type of thing. Yeah. So if you just think about it as a movement itself, right? A limb goes up here and a limb goes down here. So it's like, where in combat does that really happen? Do you have some ideas, or what's your interpretation of that?
Well, so a couple of different ones. Like I recently, like someone trying to grab me, and I can break out, right?
Yeah.
And I come down,
right,
and then
shoulder through.
Yeah. So that's one. If I'm able to move from a front kick, I've seen it go. So if I go this way, there we go. There, or
right,
to catch it.
So you have the right idea where it's literally just a motion, a movement of the limbs.
Yeah.
So however you apply it applies. It's just you got to drill it to make it work.
And I know that like a lot of people, they just picture the kata sideways, right?
Right.
But I know that it's just us getting into that position that makes us sideways into the person.
Right.
Yeah.
So we could drill this at a distance, right? So if you do throw a strike here, right, and I go one up, one down, I could turn this into an arm drag, which is kind of what you did. You also have like a strike as an entering, and then you also have one up, one down here as well. Oh, like that, right? So very, very common thing if I slip through, this could be a vertical strike as well. But then you did one up, and then you switched it. Here's that switch, and then you have your knees and everything from there. And then if you want to go again, you start taking them down that way, right?
So slowly.
So I throw the strike. This hand would block down, this one go to the forearm. Yep.
Okay. And then
snake through.
There we go.
And I would lock this onto your shoulder, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So the more you extend this arm to push me away, the stronger your frame's gonna be.
Okay.
Because if you keep me tight, so I hit that down. If you keep me close, I can start turning in.
Okay.
So you gotta keep, there you go.
Yep. And then.
Yeah, exactly. And then if you want to think about cupping with a hand, it cups at the base of the skull, and then my hand can also turn your head as well. And then it's like super kung fu stuff.
So yeah,
snake
there, boom.
Frame me away first, because I'm gonna start coming down. Yep.
And then cup.
Exactly. See that turn?
Yeah.
Because essentially you're making my spine twist, and I can't posture up it's like the ground crossface.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to deadlift something when my spine's straight up, but once my head turns, I cannot turn down. I cannot stand up that way. So if I strike me, yep.
Boom. Boom.
Nice. Yeah. I would take this leg back first, because you're turning, right?
So
I'm gonna go in that. Yeah, there's your knees set up already.
Okay.
Yeah. So naturally, so you throw the punch here, and I go one up, boom. I would start turning. And if you let me turn, that's a takedown already.
Yeah.
Right? If not, and you start fighting it, that's when I soften you up. And I go for that. Yeah. That's one interpretation of that.
Yeah, I do like that.
So we did that from a distance, right? So that was a distance punch. Same thing with the leg kick. If you throw a front snap kick this from a distance, and this is what you're just doing.
Yeah.
I can turn this leg over. There's a takedown from there as well. You want to think, so you throw the kick. I'm scooping behind your knee and turning your knee inward, so that it rotates your body towards the back. And that's allowed me to lift this leg out. Sorry.
No, you're good. So, and I like that because you're going from here
into the sideways stance. Yep.
Yeah.
Right? Just like the cotton shoes.
Boom. And then basically rotating to get me to go. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you catch my leg. So go on the inside. So your left hand's gonna cut and scoop up.
So,
Yep. Cut through, scoop up. Yep.
and then this is down.
Yep. And this rotates, and your left hand's gonna be.
Okay. So, see, that's stuff I need to work on.
Think about, instead of thinking of going around it, intercept through it, right?
Yeah.
So that means my arm acts like a wedge. So if you front snap kick, my arm acts like a wedge to go straight through, and then I'm gonna scoop it up like that. Because what happens is you throw the kick and people try to avoid it and try to go in, and there's too much lag there.
Okay.
Right? So you think of a spear, you shoot through, yeah.
Like that, and then rotate.
Yep. That same concept is for the punch too. You gotta shoot straight through. Because a lot of times people do this, one and then two.
Yeah.
It takes too much time. But if you're here and you shoot and you come off to the side, that's, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so if I took that movement and we went from a distance, and then now I would go from a clinch ring and see where it comes out, right? So easy one, so if we're like here, or you grab both behind my neck. If I go one up, one down, this pulls, or this comes out this way, it's the same thing, right? Going to that shitsuke.
Okay.
I can go pull out here, and it gets me back to exactly what we were just doing earlier. So I'm just stripping that grip off of my neck.
So if you're there, and I'm pulling here,
Yep.
and then,
Yeah.
okay.
And you always want to reinforce your technique with your body weight. So what I mean by that is if you're grabbing onto me here, it's going to be hard for me to just pull this off. But if I step to that position, then you're stuck to my body and your arm extends that way. But if you fight this, don't let me do that. There's no way I can do that, but now you're stuck to me here and I can start feeling that. So like my body moves where my hand moves. Right?
So if I was doing that, I'm gonna go
Heel to your left. Yeah.
like that,
Yep.
and I can come in, or
Exactly.
okay. And
So if I fight this a little more.
so here, then
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
In that case, you're essentially anchoring my fist to your neck and moving my arm with your stance.
I like standing up better than being on the ground.